What, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Welcome back, fellas.
Here.
Our project is back. It's been apparently it only was last week.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute. Haven't seen y'all boys in a long, long time. Really happy to have both of you here on the screen with me. PR project is back. This is I kind of want to like last season was like season 4-ish, right? Or something like that. I kind of just want to like just add up the numbers and just go forever. No more seasons. Just run it. So I'll figure it out. And then this is episode number 1 something. Not 100, but
Nah, it's like episode 40 something.
it got to be like, it got to be like maybe 30 something or 40. So anyway, so we'll figure that out. This episode is something, something, something. It's called We Are Back. We're back. So let's just try to catch everybody up. First off, welcome back, fellas. How you feeling? What's popping? Where are you at right now? Where are you at right now, Aaron? Because you moving and shaking. We have Aaron in the field.
I am at an unnamed location somewhere in southern Oakland County.
Never drop the pin.
Can't drop the pin. I'm at a random coffee shop somewhere in Oakland County, Michigan.
Yeah.
I just like you said, moving and shaking. So
bet
I'm outside, I guess is what they say nowadays.
Look, you were just outside too. Did you get caught in the rain?
Oh. There he goes. No. All right. So anyway. Forget him. We didn't want him on the show really anyway. All right, I'm gonna take him off of that. All right, so when he jumps back in, we'll just keep it popping. Number one, really quick though, everybody, if you're listening, first off, we have Mark Vander Coy. Be cute at Let's get a clap in. You be cute at Bayshore. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Oh, here comes Aaron again. All right, there we go. You are muted still, sir. So Mark BQ'd at Bayshore. Mark, congratulations. Super dope to have BQ'd. Excellent job. I heard Bayshore was a good day out there. Good day. Weather was awesome, all that good stuff. We got T. Davis. Welcome back, fellas. What's the season 3? It's like really season 5-ish, but we're not gonna do seasons anymore. Hopefully, we never have another hiatus, never another break. We just keep it rolling, because honestly, we're running year round anyway, so there's no point in breaking them up. No point in breaking them up. I think Just Selly said congrats. I think that's for Mark who BQ'd Bayshore.
Shout out to Mark. He came and found me before the race started in Bayshore.
There we go.
Chopped it up a little bit. That was really cute, really cool. He had a plan to get the job done, and he did it. So shout out to Mark.
It's awesome.
Yeah, man. And then whoever's watching, tap in. We're not again. All right, tap in. If you're watching this, tap in. Let us know where you're watching from. And what's your next race? Because we're always, you don't have to have a next race all the time, but us runners often do. So if you let us know where you're from, where you're listening from, and then also what race is next for you. Let's just jump into it, because I know Aaron is having some technical difficulties. I can see him backstage. Malik, it is good to be back. Good to see the gang back. And I don't even know what we've been doing, Gary. Honestly,
we've been training.
But I'm just saying, like we could have been doing this. All right, so Aaron, give me a thumbs up when you think you're ready, so I could tap you back in. Matthew Cox says Phoenix Lulu 10K series here in November. Okay. Matthew, tell me a little bit about. Is it like Lulu? Also, Lulu 10. I think I heard about this. Lulu's doing 10Ks all around the country, right? Didn't somebody say something about that, guys?
I don't remember that, but maybe one of our ambassador friends mentioned it.
I feel like Julian posted about it.
Yeah, I think they're doing 10Ks kind of arrests all around the country. I don't know how many, but That's dope. Well, congratulations on signing up for that. November's a long way away, so you got some time to work on it and train. So that's dope. Malik is tapping in from Laurel, Maryland, Tracksmith Twilight 5K,
Yep.
and the Chicago Marathon. Dope. Congratulations, man. That's a fun race. Not sure if you've run it before, but go after it. It's a fast course, so train and be ready. Just Selly is watching from Washington D.C. Quantico 12, Army 10 miler, and the Marine Corps Marathon. They say the Marine Corps Marathon is so much fun. They say like it's just so many people. The crowds are great. I've heard really good things about that race. All right, man. People tapping in today. We like it. Allison Staples, welcome back, gentlemen. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. McKinley's training for a 5K. My mom is watching in from Savannah, slow walking the Savannah Bridge Run. All right, hold on. Stop the show real quick. The Savannah Bridge Run is the most ridiculous race ever. Like you go over, I don't know, I think it's the Savannah Bridge. I think it's called Savannah Bridge. But you go over it and it's much steeper than the Detroit Bridge. Than the Ambassador Bridge, whatever it's called. But it's much steeper than that. So it's ridiculous. Like at one point I had to look down to see if I was still moving forward because it was so difficult. All right, Teflon Ron, got the notification. Like, we up, we cooking. Alexis, this is our fourth member of the group. Alexis Halliday, 4th of July, 5K Craft Classic Half Hood to Coast Relay.
Nice.
All right. Who, Alexis? Who's on your team? Like, who are you running with? Is it like with the company, or you just got some friends doing it? Let us know. Like, I'd love to know. I've always kind of wanted to. I think Lance did Hood to Coast a couple of years back or 3 years ago, and ever since then, I'm like, that just seemed like a dope thing. At first, I'm like, what are they doing? But like, it looks like so much fun, and to be to do that in a big group of people just going after a fun goal, and then the Orca half, and then NYC full. Right. Alexis will be in NYC. That's what's up. All right, cool. Hold on. Allison did say she PR'd her 5K today.
Shout out Baltimore.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right. Okay, so Alexis said it's Marathon Maniacs Masters team asked me to join. That's dope. Oh, the Maniac. So what's the qualification for that, Aaron? I think you know, or was that one of y'all was telling me about it? The Marathon Maniacs. Because you got to do. Like if you run a certain amount of marathons in a certain amount of days, like I think I would qualify for it. I think with the 3 and 60. But like if you run a certain amount of marathons within a short period of time, you can like qualify to be it. So Alexis, let us know what's up with that. Oh, we got a friend to the room. Shannon Sangster, welcome back. Okay, May's voice. Damn it. He talked me into doing it. All right, Aaron. Oh, Aaron, you back. I thought she was gone again. You here? We see you. You good?
I know, man.
You like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. Alexis said it's 2 fulls in 16 days or 3 in 90. I can do it.
You got like a year to go.
Send me the application. Yeah, or maybe 3 in 60. Okay. Yeah, send me the application. I'm gonna sign up. All right. So thank you everybody for tapping in. Let us know where you're if you have any questions for us, now would be a good time to ask those questions. Toss them in. I'm gonna leave it right here. Hit us with a question, or if you want to talk about a certain topic. A lot of things going on, a lot of races going on, a lot of world records being broken recently in the running world. Whatever you want to talk about, we are here to do. But in the meantime, I'd love for my fellas real quick because the last time we talked as a show, I talked about Boston, and then the homies went out to Eugene, and then we took a break after Eugene. So now here we are. So if you guys could just overview everybody on the Eugene vibe and how was the trip and all that stuff, I know that they would appreciate it.
First of all, Eugene, the whole experience was incredible. They treated us like VIPs. They took real good care of us. We got to meet a lot of cool people. Aaron and I got to warm up on Hayward Field, which was pretty awesome. Aaron made sure to remind me to get a segment in there. So officially Strava segmented of having a lap at Eugene on a Hayward Field. So
dang, I would have got out there with you if I knew I was segmenting out there.
So that the experience itself was really cool. Everybody was awesome. Got to meet a lot of cool people, like I said. And then the marathon happened. But other than that, it was a really cool vibe. The marathon was fine. It wasn't, for me, it wasn't my fastest, it wasn't my slowest, but I definitely hit the wall at mile 20. I just think I hit the gas too early, personally, in our race. But, it was still overall a cool experience. I had a lot of good memories from that.
So I know you had like time to think about it a little bit. So I just kind of want to ask you a question because like, every time like there's a bad race or even maybe not bad, but it's just a race that just doesn't go as planned and you think you're much fitter than the number shows. That's a hard pill to swallow. It's like, it's tough to like figure out whatever, but with time you often figure out like, okay, well, here's what I learned from this process. Like, did you feel like you like at this point have learned something from that race?
Yeah, it's patience. I think if I had just patience and not always relying on your watch. Because at one point, one of our miles was a lot slower than we thought it was going to, and I think we picked it up a little bit too hard. So mile like 12 was too slow, mile 13 was too fast. But at that point, once you start picking it up, it's hard to like ease it back down. So for me anyway, I just kept the gas going. And then once mile 20 hit, I just had no more gas.
Yeah.
I was trying to finish.
Yeah. And then for Aaron, I know you didn't have the day that you wanted either out there, but like with us doing all like the whole trip out there and the travel and all that stuff, like is there something that you take away like, okay, this is what I want to implement like on future processes?
No. No, it was a total failure. No, I'm just playing. No, I mean it was a cool experience, like Gary said, having the opportunity to do things that a lot of runners have on their bucket list, running at Hayward Field, hanging out with Dyra, and just seeing her like just a total like admiration for the sport of track and field, and just like being on the hollow ground of Hayward Field at the University of Oregon. It's just like sometimes we take things for granted. I know I do, and I don't want to take that for granted. I know it's an opportunity of a lifetime, really, for a runner. So that was great. Like Gary said, they treated us super nice. Rolled out the red carpet like we were important. You know what I'm saying? Like we were important, but so that was super nice. The race, the course, beautiful. Yep. Not a tough course. Not a like perfectly flat course, but still doable. We had some hiccups, but it's the marathon, so it is what it is. But overall, the experience was great. Eugene is a cool city, a quirky little city. That was fun. That's always fun to get out and kind of see how they live out there. And so overall, 10 out of 10 experience. It would have been much better if the race would have went better, but that's what we do, man. It's the marathon. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's one thing for sure. Like I can second that. Like I didn't run, so I like didn't get to like really experience like that. Like because I felt like all that was going on for us then. Like I felt like that was for y'all really. I mean, because you guys were the ones that were going out to run. Like everything was kind of like around you guys. So it actually was really cool for me to be there in really just in there like for support, like to do, because I had no obligation other than just to be like PR project with you guys, and like document stuff, that I could. So it was really cool, like to number one, like watch y'all train for it, and then just see like the whole process unfold, and then really be rooting for y'all, while it happened, even though it didn't like work out the way either one of you guys planned. Just being there with you and watching both of you finish, cross the line, and just have that weekend, like just be still overall a good weekend, was a really cool experience for me, just to not only for what Eugene did, but what you guys did for the weekend as well. So it wasn't, a complete failure, because like I had a really good time, like seeing you guys do your thing for sure.
You year supply of pancakes, so.
Yeah, I mean, I walked away with a year supply of pancakes, so I can't be. So I finally, what they actually sent. What the thing is, if you're not familiar, Eugene Marathon has a 5K the day before, and Eugene's key sponsor or title sponsor is Krusty's Pancakes, or Krusty's like mix or whatever, because they have cakes and stuff like that too. But they have two pancakes, Flapjack and Flap Jill, run the race in suits. Like it's a man and a woman that Flapjack, Flap Jill run in like full pancake suits, very non-aerodynamic and hot. And if you beat Flapjack or Flap Jill, you get a year's supply of pancakes. So they actually mailed the vouchers to us, and they the wrong vouchers. So they sent us the vouchers, and it's $1 off of any pancake mix. So they resent them, and like I just got them like last week, like the actual pancakes. So I'm gonna open up the envelope on post it on Instagram or whatever. But yeah, so that was really dope. But so for me, as soon as like I finished like Boston and had the chance to run that 5K in Eugene, like I immediately we've always like Aaron and I did this, and this is really what kind of started the show, kind of like what started the idea for the show was the PR project. Because in 2021, we we both were like, you know what, we're gonna do 5Ks and we're gonna train for a fast half marathon, and then that was what the vibe was, and we called it. When Aaron made these shirts, it was a PR project. It was super dope, and then that rolled into like this PR project idea. So this summer, I decided like, you know what, I want to do something very similar to that and go after it, like just like we did last year. Get after it, start training in the off season, and call this Summer of Speed. So right now we are the full Summer of Speed, and I know it sounds like a lot of you are running as well. Like you're training for a 5K or a 10K, or some of these shorter races, really to try to get your speed up, try to have some fun though, and then take some of that speed that you got or gained into the full marathon. So I really it's been dope. It's been a great ride. It's been a really cool experience. And I know both of you kind of like you're just kind of newly back into it, Aaron, and starting to get some turnover and stuff like that, and haven't like quite raced yet. But like Gary, like so, how is Summer of Speed rolling for you so far?
I'm having a really good time, actually. I downloaded a 5K plan, just a short one, and it's got a lot of track workouts that I have not done in many years. So I'm having a good time with that. And then I downloaded Nel Rojas's professional runner Nel Rojas's strength plan,
Yeah,
and I'm working on that. And it's
me too. Me too.
yeah, we've been
Yeah,
working it together.
yeah.
In case Nel's watching, together, we've been doing it.
Yeah, in case Nell's watching, I've been doing it too. So Aaron, so Nell, like Gary posted something and tagged Nell, and she like messaged him and basically was just like, yeah. So what's Tommy been doing? Like, I think she was like, she said, I think you're more committed than him, and he tried to help me, like, oh, he's like influencing out of town or whatever. He's trying, and she's like, yeah, sure, okay. She pretty much knows exactly what's going on. No, I thought this was a really good question, like right on topic though for Summer of Speed. Mark says, "What do you guys do? What do you guys do in the heat? Slow down? Do you feel like you get the same stimulus in the heat at a slower pace as you do at a faster pace in cool weather?" Aaron actually has been like low key, like trying to like lean into some like heat adaptation lately. What do you think? And I know you do a lot of research on stuff like this, Aaron.
Yeah. So, as far as the questions, what do we do? Me personally, I try to avoid longer workouts, like longer sustained effort workouts, because usually those are very, very tough. Not being able to have an opportunity to take recovery in between intervals. So really, I think that kind of plays into the Summer of Speed also, is the fact that we are training for shorter races. So the workouts are a little more intense, but not as long and just like arduous. So do you feel like you get the same stimulus in the heat at a slower pace as you do in a faster pace of cool weather? I don't know. The jury is out. I know for the last couple of years, every time when I train in the heat and I run a cooler race in the fall, I just feel like it's easier to hold on to paces. I mean, it should be easier to hold on to paces in cooler weather. I've read some articles that says that it takes a professional runner 4 weeks or 3 to 4 weeks running at least 5 hours a week to start adapting to the heat. I know not all of the recreational type runners get up to 5 hours of running in a week, so it may take a little longer. But yeah, it looks like that sweet spot is 4 or 5 weeks of just sustained running in the heat. And I know we don't always, every time we go out, it's not always hot, so it could take a little longer as well. But yes, I would say slower paces, you are getting a similar stimulus that you would running in the heat. I like to reference like heat index to adjust paces sometimes.
Yeah.
That's cool. That could work, but you have to kind of stay honest to it, and it might not feel like you're getting the same stimulus. But I've struggled in the heat personally. I have a hard time in the heat, and I'm trying to figure that out. So I'm no expert, but this is my 4th or 5th summer training in the heat. So just trying to get good work in when you can. Not every day is going to be super hot. Not every day is going to be super humid. So sometimes you got to maybe move a workout around or something like that. But if you're feeling adventurous, get out there in the heat. And me personally, I've just been kind of leaning in, like Tommy, kind of leaning into running during the hotter parts of the day and just trying to make it work that way because I know the gains in the long run will be worth it. It might suck in like while you're doing it, but the gains in the long term will be worth it.
Yeah, like so, like the heat doesn't necessarily like it bothers me obviously because I mean I feel it, but the heat doesn't seem to affect me like as much at like shorter like workout or shorter run like distances and stuff. And so, but then with that being said, like at times, like I mean, you have to be careful. Like, so if you're not really super affected by the heat, like up front, and it doesn't seem like, oh, this is just too much for me. I would definitely say like you can lean into that a bit and like kind of take advantage of that because people like kind of joke and say like humidity or heat is like the poor man's elevation. So it is like a harder um, atmosphere to train in. So I mean, you do build certain things in your body. You can come out of it a little stronger on the other end, but then you just have to be like smart. I mean, you can't go like, oh, I'm gonna wait until it's 95 degrees and sun is like at the top of in high noon, and then just because you want to be like David Goggins and do something crazy every day, because even if you don't feel it right now, you don't know the cumulative um, like strain that will have on you going in a longer period. So if you're doing like shorter mileage weeks and stuff like that, you can kind of play with it a little bit more. But if you're starting to like ramp up with like for like the beginning of a marathon training block, that's too much, that's too long. If you're running a marathon in September, you don't need to be like looking for hot days to run to try to be stronger or faster. So I would say be smart with it, think about your plan, and then execute from that. But like my coach has also said too, like, hey, it's a workout today. It's a really hot one. So be okay with maybe 5, 10, 15 seconds off of some of these intervals, like especially the longer ones. It's okay to miss and be a little slower on your intervals on workouts just
Yeah.
because
Focus on effort.
Yeah.
focus on effort and not dying,
The other thing is we haven't talked about is hydration. You know,
Yeah.
even plain water, but if you get some electrolytes in there, that's even better. But I was telling Tommy I started getting a couple 16 ounces of water before I had my first cup of coffee in the morning. I've been doing that for the past couple of weeks, and it just helps me kind of get started on my daily water intake. And I think it's been helping me, especially in this heat we've had the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, no, for real, like I think I've been like notorious for like not drinking enough water probably, but like I've been trying to be more aware of it and drink more because it's it's like dehydration and then like heat exhaustion is like one of those things where I don't know if you feel it as like I don't know if there's a bunch of warnings, like I don't think it's like okay, so I think it like can go from okay to like bad. So I don't want to play with that either, but so
And we
yeah,
saw a guy this week. We saw a guy at the AK. You could tell he was
yeah,
dehydrated. I mean, he
yeah.
was out. How
Yeah,
does he
yeah,
know?
yeah. Like literally finished. He was laying on the side for a while. I mean, and it was only 70 degrees, but like 93% humidity. So
Yeah.
like, I just think you got to be careful, be safe, have some fun though. But yeah, also like I think to answer the question a bit was like it's okay to be a little on the slower side if you have to be,
Yeah.
but just to nail the workout, walk away, walking away instead of like carried away.
Yeah, so I think
Um,
the main points is just Make sure you hydrate. Focus on effort more than pace, and just do what you can do, and don't try to be a superhero in the heat.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is a good one. James says I'll be running the Detroit Twilight 5000. That's what's up. I never ran track. What's a good execution plan for a track 5K? Come on, Gary.
Turn left. Actually, I have not raced a 5K on a track in 20 years. We were talking today about how some of these kids have been going to college in the 2000s, so it's been a while for me. But I think the way the Twilight's set up, it's going to be by pace.
Yeah.
So unless you look at the win your heat, just kind of get into the pack, draft out some folks, and just go along for the ride. It's going to be a lot of turns. So make sure you get out there and do track workouts. If you have any speed workouts on the calendar, do them on the track. Get used to that. And remember, even though it's going to be in the evening, it's going to be hot. So you got to, kind of what we talked about earlier, acclimate yourself to the heat and get ready to do that. But I would pack up for a bit and just group in with everybody into the last 4 laps. And if you got some juice in your legs, get after it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's it. I mean, the good part about this whole thing about Tracksmith is it does have, it's all based on pace. So it's you might as well just, like you said, work on the track a little bit more so you're used to turning left a lot, and then just have fun and sit in with the group that you're with. I mean, and if you feel like you're moving a little faster, politely go around. You know what I mean? Just it's no point in going out crazy tough because everybody in that pack should be about the same pace, at least until towards the end. So I would just sit in with everybody else, have some fun, enjoy it, and then go crazy at the end if you have some, have some strength in you.
Yeah.
Just to jump back to the heat thing because we got to deal with it so much. But Alexis point, had a good point here. It'd be interesting to try one of the sweat composition rate calculators like Nix biosensors. I've definitely heard of Nix, and I'd love to try some of that because it basically collects your sweat and lets you know what you're losing and how much of. Because that's another part too. Is you don't know. Some people are the way we sweat is all different. So one person may be losing more of something than someone else, and that'd be a good thing to invest in. Is grab a pack or whatever of Nix and see what maybe you could be helping yourself with on the front end, so that the workouts aren't as tough. Because you can figure out whether you need to be replacing electrolytes or whatever it is. All right, so I like these. These are some really good questions because I mean we're all in this together pretty much. Everybody's dealing with heat right now, unless you're in the mountains somewhere. But it's been I'm hitting all the wrong buttons right now. All right, cool. So I think that how many times have you raced right now, Gary?
This past weekend was my third race.
Third race, yeah.
Summer, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm 4. I think I'm 4, including Eugene. I think I'm 4 in right now. But it's really fun though, because a lot of times marathoners don't do the 5Ks and 10Ks. We just go from one long race to the next. It's been really fun to switch it up. So it sounds like everybody in the chat is also switching it up. So definitely stick with it and have some fun because why not? We're not. I mean, none of us. I don't think anybody in the chat's getting paid to run like that. So you might as well just have some fun, get out there, go crazy. All right, and then what's next? What's next on your agendas, race wise, and how you feeling?
I think for me is going to be the Detroit Twilight.
Okay.
Unless something comes up, I'll probably just work on get my workouts up and running and get ready for Detroit Twilight.
Oh yeah, the track.
Tracksmith Twilight, yeah.
Tracksmith 5000. Yeah, I think that should be really dope. I think that's my no. You said that you wanted to do. Did you want to do a 10K between now and then?
No. The 10K between now and maybe early marathon training, which starts in end of July, early August.
Okay. So probably
if it comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think. So I think I want to do. For me, I think I want to do a mile actually. The funny part was we were running with Shaka and Menachem today,
Yeah.
and they mentioned it, but Melissa had just asked me about. Melissa had just asked me about. She was like, maybe we can get you like in a mile really quick to see like what, just to have some fun, because I've done the 5K, 10K, 8K, and I don't think I need to keep like do another 5K or 10K, like just to for what?
If you find a place to do a mile and I'm around, I'm in.
Because you're not around during the firecracker one, right?
No, that's not.
So,
Yeah.
So
No,
she said two things. She said either find a race or just do a time trial. And Zach or Nellis or not, I never do it right. Zach, so he's the one that he won the free press like 2018 or something like that.
Yeah.
He actually messaged me like last weekend, and we were about to do something. We were about to race, I think a couple weekends ago, and he said that if I ever want to try to do a sub 5, he'll pace me. And he just said, just give him 2-3 days notice, and he'll pace me to a sub 5. So maybe we can go to Ann Arbor and do a time trial on the track.
Yeah.
Summer speed, bro.
No, I'm for that. I had not done a mile. I mean, the last time I did a mile on track was with the Blue Jean Mile, which, as fun as it was, is not the same thing.
And what'd you do? 5:20 something?
And we did 5:23 that first year.
Yeah, 5:23 in Blue Jeans 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe we got to do it. You down there?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be down. I have to run it by my coach, but I'll be down.
Oh yeah. Your coach is crazy though. So yeah, that's a good announcement. That's a good announcement. So you have now a personal coach. Talk about it.
I now have a personal coach. No, seriously. I joined in on McCurdy training, and I am being coached by Ari Hendricks Roach. So big shout out to Ari. She's coaching a few of our friends as well. She coached Dante to a Boston qualifying marathon in Glass City this spring, and I figured it was time to hand over the reins of coaching from myself to someone that was a little more unbiased about my training. And I figured that's maybe the key to unlock this sub 3 marathon for me. So so I'll be training with under Ari and hoping for the best. It's been a good relationship so far. I'm about 3 or 4 weeks in, and I'm excited because it takes some of the mental strain off of me, and it just allows me to run what is prescribed and just like make it work. So I'm hoping to see great results.
Yeah, no, that's dope because we've talked about Ari on the show a couple times. She's on the list of Black American-born women to run under 3 hours. I think she's number 3 on the list. I think she ran like 2:36 or 2:38, one of those.
Yeah.
Olympic trials qualifier.
Olympic trials qualifier. Just to let y'all know, Olympic trials qualifier. So Erin has. Well, I just can't wait to see like how that works out because it'll be a little different than. It'll definitely be a little different than the Hanson's plans or the Hanson's methodology. I think they're somewhat similar. I think a lot of them are. I mean, the American running scheme, I think, is all a little. There's some similarities, but I'd love to see like where the little tweaks and what differences like it will do for you. I'm really excited. When you said that you signed up, I was like, all right, here we go.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
And I don't think there's a specific McCurdy philosophy. It's kind of just custom built for each person. That's kind of the thing. It's like the coaches go through your history and see what's worked for you and see what hasn't, and kind of just tailor the workout. And also, I already knew that I'm pretty familiar with Hanson, so she knows that I'm kind of in that rhythm. I understand that rhythm, and so she said she's not going to stray too far away from the kind of stuff I was doing with Hanson's, but still just trying to refine and find some details that we can sharpen a little bit and do better with. So
you saw that guy walk behind him. So like I think that's cool because like honestly, like the way Hanson's is structured, and I've heard people talk about the difficulty of a Hanson's plan that have done other plans. I think that like, and you've done like all there is to be done pretty much for it with Hanson's. Like, so I think that whatever base that you have and the way that you know how to work through like a high mileage and do workouts still, like any tweak she makes will be all for like the good and faster, you know. So it's gonna be crazy, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And I had my first quality in my long run today since getting back to it because I ran Bayshore. I didn't. I briefly talked about it, but I ran 321, 322 in Eugene, and then 4 weeks later I ran Bayshore. I ran 307. So I took 12 days off after that. I wanted to make sure I just gave myself an opportunity to fully reset, and then I started back. So that was a few weeks ago. So I haven't gotten a chance to do any shorter races like you guys because you guys have like a month head start on me. So just trying to get back into the swing of things. But today felt like the first time I felt strong and like a runner in a workout. So that was cool. It was a little hilly. It was a little humid, but still made it work. So I just look forward to seeing what she can cook up for me and seeing if it has a positive outcome on my training.
That's what's up. I'm really pumped though. As soon as as soon as I heard you like for sure did it, I'm like, okay, here we go. I mean, because it's really like I couldn't imagine doing what you've been doing this whole time. It's like, I mean, we've been kind of training together, but kind of not, you know. Like you still been like it's all been here, like, and you only hear your friends saying, "Oh, you'll be all right," or, "Oh, yeah," but like to have a coach look at it and like be invested in your success, like a coach is. I think it'll be dope. It's a real subjective or it's a real objective way of looking at it, and she knows, and she's proven. Like, I mean, you've seen her like just keep rising, you know. So like whatever she's been doing is working.
Yeah, for sure.
She actually just PR'd yesterday in the 5K on the track.
Shout out to Big Art. She's doing work.
But we got a lot of comments that y'all talking about. I like this though. I saw one that was kind of dope. This one from Stephanie. She said, "I'm a marathoner doing my first 5K in 4 years this coming weekend. I just want to talk about pacing. Can we talk about pacing real quick?
Let's talk about it.
All right, I'm gonna mute you for a second here because it's kind of buzzy. But like, so pacing. So I tried. Maybe I shouldn't. So I took last 5K I did. I tried this thing. Jason Fitzgerald from the Strength Running Podcast said he talked about the let Jesus take the wheel methodology, which is like, it sounds like it's crazy. It sounds like you're going out like stupid fast and you just fly and die. But his whole concept was like, if it's a course that will allow you to do it, run the first 5K, the first mile, like 10 to 15 seconds faster. So nothing like crazy, but like 10 to 15 seconds faster than your goal time. And then just kind of see like where you are, especially if you've been training for it. Because like 5Ks are so hard to like go the other way and make big progress. But that being said, since you haven't run a 5K in 4 years, but you've been running, I mean, you're a marathoner. So I would say, like, I know you didn't ask me, but I'd say have some fun. I mean, it's your first one back. Might as well rip the Band-Aid off, go have some fun, see what happens. Don't like look at it like, oh, I'm a marathoner and I can't do this or shouldn't be able to. Just rip it and see what happens. And then like if it worst case scenarios, it doesn't go as you would like, but then like, okay, well here's where I'm at, and then you just jump back in and have some more fun. But
it's not like you've been doing fast workouts, kind of treat it like a fast workout. There's no way it's not gonna hurt. So just roll with it,
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. Oh, and then
embrace the hurt.
Yep.
Embrace it. Know that it's gonna hurt in a different way than the marathon. So, but it'll be over way sooner.
Yeah.
So Arnie said, speaking of a different type of pain, Arnie said he did a mile race in Ann Arbor last year, totally different and fun. I've never raced. I mean, I did race that 1 mile with Gary, like in blue jeans. I mean, so I don't know if that really counts for real. And we probably, and I remember that being kind of terrible, but I can't imagine like doing it now, like at whatever level of fitness we're at now. I'd love to see like what happens for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
off of that.
Stephanie said, "I love." Oh, wait, your race was a mile?
When I was in high school.
Oh, that's why you're fast. Yeah. Okay.
So.
That's why you're fast. Yeah, so Gary is no fun to do workouts with. Gary,
I'm a lot
Gary,
of fun.
what?
I'm tons of fun and shit.
Tons of fun. So Gary, oh hold on, you muted still. You just muted yourself.
Yeah, my bad. No, I was saying Gary might be too much fun in the workout. That might be that
Oh,
might be the problem actually.
That's the word. Okay, yeah, because like I did a workout. What was it? Eight 200s, Gary, or 10 200s? Remember that workout where we went
Oh,
running?
we did 8 200s.
8 200s.
Yeah.
And Gary knows how to race. That's one thing about Gary. Gary knows like how to race, especially if he's feeling good. And I thought like we were just gonna go out the last rep, go out crazy fast, and just try to like zoom around at 200. And I must have gone out a little too fast in the beginning because like with maybe 50 meters left, I couldn't go any faster. My legs were going as fast as they possibly could, I think. And then here comes Gary, like going past me so smooth. Gary just went past me like a Tesla, no making no noise, just humming by. And I was like, you know what? I had to think in that split second, like, do I try to catch him or do I just like use the fact that like, oh, I'm on 30 something miles this week. I had all the time, to think of like a reason to not try to like beat you to this line. But yeah, Gary will, if you guys ever want to do a crazy workout and be pushed and pulled and all that, come work out with Gary because he's a tough guy on the track.
I love the track.
Let's see. That's why he's tough on the track. That's scary. I don't know what you're in Twilight 5000. I think you're gonna go crazy, man.
That's the plan.
Hey, I got a preview of track Gary in Eugene for the first like 5K. The roads were really narrow, and Gary was not feeling it. So those elbows got a little sharp. I could just see him like every time he was boxed in, he would get feisty, and I'm just like, okay.
Oh, it was like that.
Yeah.
It was because it's the whole race, and the streets go wide, but then there were cars parked on both sides sometimes, so everyone would have to kind of squeeze in. It was kind of stressful, and Gary was not here for it.
My anxiety was like through the roof. I lost a ton of energy just like mentally trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, this is my son. This is my son. Nice. I don't know what the W. I mean,
big
W.
Dub. Big Dub. That means you. That's a dub.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all the dubs and stuff. I gotta get with the program. Thanks for watching, son. But no, it's 8:45. Go to bed. All right, so this is a good one. I like this one. Alexis said, Tommy, am I remembering right that you're doing Berlin? I just found out a couple weeks ago that I got a bib to Berlin through Adidas. So I'm definitely going to do that. Take the opportunity, go run, have some fun. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. It should be a really fast course. And so it actually plays really well. Like, cause all the races that I've done so far, except for like Glass City, were like harder marathons, and so like I'm like, dang, I wish I could go to like Berlin or London or somewhere. Like we did Chicago, but Chicago was more of a get it done and move on to New York thing.
Yeah.
And then so like signing on like mentally to Summer of Speed, and then finding out I got Berlin after that, is like perfect. You know what I mean? So like Berlin, Summer of Speed, then to Berlin is going to be absolutely crazy. And I've never felt like at this moment, I've never felt this like fit and good running, like at any level, like, whatever pace you are, you'll feel like it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter that I'm faster. I'm not saying I feel faster. I just feel really good. Like I feel like I'm able to do what I want to do, or should be able to do. So that's been really fun. And I hope to just keep that going, stay healthy, and all that stuff. So yeah, please knock on wood, everyone, wherever you are. Oh, sweet. Stephanie's doing Berlin too. So pull up. I don't know if we're doing a shakeout run, but I'm trying to talk my Kafuzi. I'm trying to talk him into going. He has a bib, but he's not sure if he's going to defer or not to 2024. But I'm trying to get him to go, and if he goes, then we'll definitely do like a shakeout run. All right, so yeah, well, let's wrap this show on up. Um, I thought I had something else to say, but I don't know where it went.
Tell everybody that we're on IG now.
What?
We're on
Oh,
this-
we have an IG. What is the IG?
It's the.pr.project, I think, right?
Yeah, project. So on Instagram, it's at. Oh, why did I put it in there? I put it in the chat. Yeah, but yeah, go check us out on Instagram. Go give us a follow. It's at I can't type. It's at never mind. It's at the period PR period project. So make sure you go follow us. We're gonna be doing more content. We're gonna be doing like cool little shoe reviews. Yeah, that's another thing we talk about. Let's end it this way. Follow us on Instagram because PR Project is finally taken to that platform. We'll have fun videos like short, quick reviews of shoes like after a run while it's fresh on our minds instead of like the normal, sitting in a room, do a perfect little review. Do something while it's fresh, take them right off your feet pretty much. Let's talk about the shoe, fun stuff like that. But then also we're going to be switching into some other stuff, testing some other products. Right now, the fellas have a hydration product that they're going to be probably bringing up in maybe next week or so that they're going to be able to try, especially in these hot days. Gary, we're going to try to have Gary doing some like Gary's gear, type of energy.
Yeah.
You can kind of review some different gear and stuff like that. We have a lot of relationships with brands at this point, so we might as well use those relationships to have some fun conversations with things that maybe you've tried or want to try or want to look at. And if there's a brand that you're like, yo, we'd love to see, PR Project work with or talk to or think about or whatever, shoot us a message on Instagram because we would happily reach out to them and see if we can test their products or something with them in the near future. So thanks so much for tapping in. We're out of here. We will be back next week. It may not be 8 o'clock. I think we'll probably move it to 7 if we can. This guy wants to be on the show so bad.
Call him over.
Just tell him.
I'm about to go get him and ask him what his marathon time is.
Just tell him. What if he's like? What if he's like? I'm watching this guy. He's talking to Gary as a runner on the thing. I can see Gary.
He's gonna be like, I know Tommy runs.
But
I follow him on Instagram. That's what everybody say to me whenever I'm in running. When I was in Bayshore, hey, I know Tommy runs. I'm like, okay.
Right. Like, what about me? Like, I'm standing right here, There he gone. He's left.
Going back. Hold on, call me. Hold on.
Hell, come to me. I'm gonna text him. What if he was watching it live? he's that's Mark. But yeah, thanks for tapping in. Go follow us on Instagram. Honestly, share the Instagram thing. If you go there and you like something, share it on your story. We need the love and the support. Thank you so much for always being there for us. We are out. See y'all next week.
Sweet. Oh, Tommy's like, I'm out. You're muted.
He was literally out. I don't think he stopped the live, though. I think he just left.
Yeah, we're live.
No. This has been my plan all along. Tell me what happened, bro. What happened, my boy?
I just left the studio. I didn't
Go get a new co-host.
All right. Let's do what's up. See y'all later.
Yeah.